All right, Shalom. We the Brothers of Great Millstone, the church here in Birmingham, Alabama, and as always, want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, you believers. So yeah, we back out here once again through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. As always, as we do week in, week out, to prophesy against this wicked queendom, America, right? Which is now officially come to its end. This place is finished, man. And how do we know that? Because it's actually manifest. You have to be blind, right? You have to be spiritually disabled, lacking the senses of sight and ears to not see that. Everything going on around you is a clear indicator that this place is through, right? What's that? 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. I believe around the 5th verse. It said the end is manifest. Matter of fact, let's begin with that up. You know what started at the top?
2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
Right. What's part of those signs? Let's evaluate that. Right? Coming over here on those slave ships, that's one of the signs. That's the past. Right? The so-called white man regaining power in the earth. The Renaissance period, that was part of the signs that we was told to look for. See? Right? America being built, this whole design, right? The adamant spirit, that persistent spirit that's on these devils to establish their new world order. Because that's what you're witnessing right now. These devils are in full effect attempting establishing these 15-minute cities, right? That's why you see a lot of these so-called natural disasters. Because pretty much they performing the demolition, demo in certain cities, and they bring in, right, certain construction, and they're going to redesign it. And unless you're on the grid, you're going to be kept out of those confinements. See, that was all written in the scripture, right? The book of James speaks about the rich man who said, matter of fact, can we get that before we go back? And you can already feel it, the spirit gearing up towards Esau, man. And why wouldn't you? You know those guys who break off from the church? They make it about us. They forget about Esau, right? So-called white man no longer on trial. Turn that aggression. Think all them years of damn applications you fill out. Don't turn that aggression towards us, man. Right? That aggression should be right. That should be toward Esau. Them failed relationships, your old lady left. And niggas take all that aggression and they aim it towards the prophet. Well, the scripture speaks about that, how we are killed all the day long. See? Because the Lord used us, right, to accommodate. You look at a ram, you can eat from the lamb, you can clothe yourself from it, right? And if you want to aspire to teach, you can take the horns from the ram and blow the trumpet. So we're a sacrifice. We're a living sacrifice. And that's what you niggas tend to do, turn that aggression towards us. Come on. It's like, is it? Yeah, kind of. The parable of the, Salakia. No. Yeah, let's get that one where it said we're going to a city.
Oh, God.
And we'll build that. And it's another parable that Yahawashi spoke of, right? The man who built the, scripture, it says he said, I would lay up much to myself for many years. Somebody can get that one. Right, the foolish rich man. Yep, come on.
This is Amos 5 and 15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. Elders mentioned how you got Israel out here that fall out, of this calling, which many are called, a few are chosen. It's understandable that some will fall out.
Right.
But you're gonna go ahead and take aim now in your sights. You got the one that you was once a part of, the ones that you was building with, right? The builders. You're gonna aim at the builders of the foundation in the church now instead of aiming at the evil. The scriptures say, hate the evil and love the good.
Right.
Regardless if you couldn't hash it out or not, or whether you were selected or not, you once was a part of this thing and had no issues with it. You were a part of it. So why now turn to hate the good? You gotta consistently hate the good, hate the evil, right? That's always going to be Esau, Edom, because that's the captivity that the Lord put us in, and that's the setup for the end time scenario.
You niggas at least talk about pussy or something, you know? Right? You can get on these LGBTQ XYZ community members, but they turn that aggression towards us, man. But the scripture speaks about that in Psalm 21. Thine hand shall find out all thine enemies, which that hand is really captured in the form of the doctrine, right? So that hand is pointing you out, see? But there's a lot of things that's going on in the planet Earth. The so-called white man is showing his hand, man, right? If not, this should be the time more than ever when you should be condemning Esau. See? Yep. Come on.
Come. The book of James, chapter 4, verse 13. It reads, go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow, we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell.
Right.
And
See,
get
you
gain.
see those key words, the buy and sell. So the rich man mentality, we would go into a certain city, right, and buy and sell that. So pretty much they looking to re-scrap this system, hit the reboot button, right, and start all over. The great reset. See? Go ahead.
It says, it's like, whereas ye know, it's like, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor.
Right, and that compliments Wisdom of Solomon. Right, is that Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter? Well, even Esau, in reasoning with himself, he came to the conclusion that our life is short and tedious, and but a shadow, a vapor, you know? Go ahead.
It says, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appear for a little time.
Right, yeah, America, the so-called white man, he was brought on the scene just for a small moment in time. And that was an effort to fulfill biblical prophecy, man. Right, the fourth and dreadful beast. See, Esau was critical in coming back into power to fulfill that prophecy. Read that part again out.
It says, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away.
That's it. In the grand scheme of things, this is just a vapor. These buildings, this is dust. Right? These bricks that's perceived in your little feeble little minds, that's just dust in the sight of Yahawashi outside. See? You got something?
The book of 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal.
Right, this temporal, man. See? Everything here is temporary outside. Woo! Nice spirit, bro. Yeah. Everything is temporal. That's why, and we brought this out before through the spirit, when you look at like the past time here in America, you have the baseball season, you have football season, tax season, right? Everything is seasonal. Nothing is continual, constant, or perpetual, even for that matter, man. And that's more incentive to not plug into the matrix and become attached to this world. Now you'll have a nigga that say, well, why you built, you know? Like niggas see you in a restaurant, see, right? You know what I mean? Niggas think you sold, you sold out, man. You ain't down for the car, yeah. No, when you read St. John the 17th chapter, the Lord said we will be here, right? Remember even Lot, right? Scripture say Lot was vexed from day to day with the things that he saw and heard. Why? Because he was in the midst of it. So we're soaking up the Babylonian experience right now. See that? But the detachment is here. The mindset. What's that, Romans 12?
Yep. 12 and 2. Yep.
Right? Be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So we understand this is temporal. Only a fool will want to stay. Remember the Titanic? Everybody wanted to get off the ship. Right? It was an extravagant ship. It was the top of the line of its time. But due to the obvious disaster that was unfolding around it, everybody wanted to get the hell out of it. So right now, that's what you see. This place is through. But the Lord, what he did in a brilliant move, he stripped you from those instincts. You niggas can't smell the house on fire. Then to compound to it, the matter, a nigga sleep with the cover. Yeah, look at the cover. It's a cereal bowl. And, you know, we make light of it, but hey, this place is through, man. See? And we can't stress it enough. Come on.
Con. 1 Corinthians 4 and 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
That's it. Yep.
It's a phrase, be in the world and not of the world.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, we here. You know, we ain't gotta run and loaded style, monk, or chimes. Right? You never see us but once a year.
Tripod everywhere you go, you know.
No, we right here in Center Street.
No. Going back to what Yahawashi said, just bagging you up. That's why they hate us. Yahawashi said they hate you because you're not of the world. If you was of the world love his own.
Right.
So that going back to the saying that they say, you know, say it again how it goes.
Be in the world.
Yeah.
Not of the world.
And that's us. We in here. Yahawashi prayed that the Most High take us not out of the world, right? But you know, give us the endurance, give us, you know, the knowledge, the wisdom, like the elder saying, the sight, you know, being able to be able to smell that the building's on fire, man. I got some real quick. It's concerning Esau rulership. Job 20 and verse 4 it says, knoweth thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth?
Right. If I may, Job speaking in the spirit. Really, Job prophesied.
That's right.
Because with the naked eye, you equate that with just the coming and going of men. Which is true. You can apply that. Matter of fact, staying in the book of Job, you know the one thing that the 7th chapter. We're going to go back here. Because everybody have an appointed time. Especially from the standpoint of rulers. Remember the scriptures tell you how the Lord work on the minds of kings, right? The hearts of the kings is in the hand of the Lord. So Yahawashi is behind the rise and fall of kingdoms and empires. And it's likened to men making an appearance on planet Earth. See, come on.
Con, the book of Job 7 and 1. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth?
See, and again, you'll read that and you'll say, yeah, you know, man, they're appointed to be born, they got a birth date, right? But it goes far beyond that. This is concerning kingdoms and empires. Now, it does apply to, right, on a micro level, you can apply it. Because men do have a appointed time to come on earth. But ultimately, this is dealing with rulerships. Read again from the top.
Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of an hireling?
Right. Why are they likened to a hireling? Because the Most High gave them an appointed time to rule. The so-called white man was hired by Yahawashi, if you will. And what you do with a hireling, once he do his job, you discard him. Right? You did a good job, you cut the grass, but you don't have to be here anymore. See?
Who is with Pharaoh?
Yeah.
Who was with
beautiful.
King of Assyria?
Yeah. Yep.
Right? The king of the Persians and the Medes.
Yep.
You go back there, and it ain't the same like it used to be with them when Xerxes was around.
Yep.
We're talking about how that red horse power was given to him
Yeah.
to take peace from the
Yeah.
earth. So it was a certain purpose.
Right.
You know, that this man came, the Lord gave him the power to implement a certain purpose on the earth. You know, the intense purpose of the Lord, which is prophecy. You know, but once World War III over with,
Right,
Esau's finished.
That's it.
That's going to cement his downfall. You know?
Because the prophecy say that there ain't gonna be no more war.
Right, right. Oh, those swords will be turned into pruning.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so, yeah, that's going to take his influence away from the earth. Right? You got a sword right there, then I remove the sword and put a pruning hook. Now, you can't go to war with that, you got to go to work. Yeah, you can't go to that, yeah. You can't go to war now, you got to go to work, baby. That's it, man.
Esau gonna be looking for his swords in the kingdom. The only thing they ain't gonna
Shovels and picks. They're gonna be there, man. You're gonna be burying bodies. Scripture speaks about that. Because it's gonna remember the Lord gonna reward them double. So, you know, the Lord in heaven, man, he has certain pressure points in history that stick with you. Right? It's a lot of things that have enslaved, but the Lord is a conscious effort to remind you of certain things. Case in point, like picking cotton. There was a whole lot of other shit. But picking cotton, the Lord told that to be at the forefront. Cotton is soft, man. Although it seems, seems real laborious, which it is, because a lot of that cotton, when you go into those, you get an in-depth look into it, that a lot of that cotton was red from the pricks of that thorn. And they had to discard that, and that was a part of their quota. Pretty sure they got whipped or whatever. But in contrast to you burying dead bodies, right? That's a wide contrast, man. Right? I'd rather pick cotton than if I just was given those. Right. I'd rather pick cotton. Because you can emphasize, you can shed light on the penalty for not reaching the pole. Yeah, you might get but what about what they're gonna have to their ass? And then, right? So there's a penalty coming there too. So I think I'll get through with picking the cotton than burying dead bodies. And who knows? You might not have a traditional shovel to do that.
Dig into the earth with your hand.
Right, with your hand. You got to set markers. And,
so many feet.
Yeah, so many feet.
right, you got to be so many feet.
They show you that
Make you dig deep.
Right.
movie Emancipation with Will Smith. They got him digging graves. It was no joke. It's work.
Yep.
Hard ass work, man. Long hours.
And then it's gonna be those bankers and shit. It's gonna be like those young, vibrant Edomite in his prime. It's gonna be the old bankers and shit that's gonna be doing it, man. You know, the ones that sign these laws and shit. You know, the ones that got the power to change the direction of the earth.
Yeah.
They're the ones that's gonna get their hand dirty.
It's safe to say they ain't gonna have immortal bodies.
Oh, yeah, wow, yeah.
They're gonna be dying.
Yeah. And to add to that point too, them the same devils that signed off on them ships, they funded them ships, they're gonna be the first fruits of slaves. See? We're gonna know who they is. We're gonna have spiritual power. We kick in that door. It's gonna be literally the ghost of Christmas past. Remember that scene? That was the spookiest scene when the ghost would come in with them chains. You hear them chains coming? And them chains could be the very same chains, man. Right? Yeah. Hey, cause you know them devils, they step they shit. They would step chains and step, Yeah, remember really? You look up and that's your shit. Live for you the whole time. Yep, come on.
I got something.
Was it on that? No. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Finish up.
All right. This Job 20 and 4 again
Oh,
says.
that's like, let's get this.
This is Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Beautiful.
If I may, the Lord already has it scripted when this man's sins are going to end. And through the way of the prophecies, we see it playing out. We see this end is near. You know, going back to that hireling, he was only hired for a certain season. You know, also, you know, the Lord raised him up for this particular purpose. You know, to put hell on the children of Israel, to be the sword over the whole earth. And now his time is ended, man. You know, by the way of what we seeing play out on the planet Earth. You know,
Hey, if I may, he was the perfect catalyst to pull it off. That's why he was hired. The Most High, the Lord knew who to hire to take peace from the earth. Right? He went to the first murderer on the earth. He went to Cain, you know. Right? Yeah, Lord, like I know the perfect one to establish in the earth. Right? Son of perdition, no morals. Right? Disobedient, bloodthirsty. See that? Come on, that was it? So we can go back to
Yep. Job 20 and verse 4, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short?
right, wicked, Esau, so-called white man. That word wicked is synonymous with Esau. Now, you do have people who do wickedly. They perform wicked acts, but the source of that wickedness is the wicked himself. And that's another buzzword, one of the pen names for Esau, outside of the sword, the devil, Satan, the wicked. That's one of his titles. So the triumvirate of the wicked is short. This man is not going to continue to persist, right? He's not going to press the reset button. He's not going to install his new world order. Now it's going to be, from what we gather from the prophecies, Scripture said, as soon as he began to fill his belly. So it's going to be the sense of, you know, you reach over the brim and you get a glimpse into it, and then the Lord, right, snatch the, hey, because the Scripture said that the Lord frustrated him, right? Yeah, you got a ruler. Tap that motherfucker, man.
And that's the worst phone call when you sit down to eat. Oh, I got no plate.
Yeah, that's somebody.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yep, because that eating, that's like you beginning to satisfy yourself from all those labors. Now you, with the scripture, well, not the scripture, but it's a saying, the fruit of your labor. And it says, well, that's scripture too.
Yeah.
What is that on? Something eat and be married?
Right. Eat. There's nothing better for a man than,
Eat, drink, and be
right. Because that's the reward for those labors. If you drink water after sweating, that's the reward, you know? So when he's sitting down looking to satisfy himself, the Lord's going to abruptly disrupt him.
It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Right, and that joy was based upon the fall of Israel, you damn devil, man. Yeah, because you really get off on the current state of the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. And it makes sense because that assures that you're on top. As long as your competitor is at the bottom, you can sleep better at night. Because that assures you being at the top. But remember, it's a tale of two sides of the coin. And it's in the hand of the Lord. The Lord flipped the coin, man. The scriptures even say that the Lot, right? Time and chance is with the Most High, man. See, so pretty much the coin flipped on Esau being at the top and we at the bottom, but the Lord is flipping now. As this word go forth, what the scripture say that? Surely you're turning the things upside down. So as the word go forth, things is being turned right side up. So the coin is flipping now. Just so how we know where it's gonna land. It's gonna land this time with us on top. And by default, Esau gotta be at the bottom. And the spirit gonna have he's gonna be there forever, but perpetually until the Lord pretty much get rid of us.
I got something real quick, just going back. How ultimately Jacob and Esau joined at the hip, and one is down, the other one got to be up. So this is the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. Get to the point, St. Luke 16, and I just started at 25. I just get to the point, verse 25. It says, but Abraham said, son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. So if I may, it says in the time of the rich, his lifetime, the rich man, he was receiving good things, and in that, Lazarus had to receive the evil, man. But as the roles was reversed, was flipped, Lazarus now being comforted, you know, he's receiving the good things, and now the rich man got to receive the evil things, you know. So that was cool.
Hey, that reminds me of Revelation 18th chapter. When John and Patmos, through the Spirit of the Most High, coming through and saying, just like they receive riches, live lavishly upon the earth, give them sorrow and torment. So Most High is balanced, man. Just like he gave you, just like the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, just like he gave you everything that you got, he's gonna snatch it away. Just like you tormented us, you're gonna be tormented double.
That's something too. It's just like based on an article that talks about how Jacob is discriminated against to this day. And as the brother was just mentioning, it's either Esau at the top, or Jake at the top and Esau at the bottom, or Jake at the bottom. Those two are just two sides of a coin. Whatever it lands on, you know. And so you type in you know how black in America racially discriminated against. It's that racial profile and police brutality. You can look at that. That encompasses Jake experience in America. Whenever a cop pull up, it's a whole ordeal every time. They say discrimination in employment and education. We got the saying last hired, first fired amongst us. That's been going on long before we was, as they say in our daddies, you know what? It's a racial bias in the criminal justice system. Man, by the time you see the judge, you know you ain't had real representation as far as your lawyer go. His collar's all off. You know, his tie ain't tied up right. You already know. You about to do 2 years behind this.
You got to go in and concede to at least 18 months, man.
That's it. But that same Edomite, he ain't gonna see no time.
Right.
You're gonna see an hour of community service in his daddy's backyard, mowing the lawn, and they say wealth gap. You already know that's crazy. Income inequality.
The generational wealth.
Yeah. Jake the only one that talk about that.
Right.
You know what what Edomites talk about? Yeah, this is my family crest right here. They show you a diamond, right? Or all 24K ring with a family crest on it. With the rest of their hand, every jewelry on their hand costs up to $200,000, man. They walk around with your whole life savings on their arm with that Rolex on. You ain't seen riches, generational wealth. Ain't got. Y'all will never get to the level in which the Lord is sustaining Esau at right now, but He's gonna pull the rug on Esau.
If I may, he talks about that Haggai too. For Jake to consider their ways, how they put money in a bag of holes.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So ain't no Jake can only hope for generational wealth. You know, food truck or whatever they think is gonna get them out the rut, man.
Hey,
Don't that nigga bill off here.
Don't be surprised you see Diddy's son walking up here with the rest of the homies, man. Cause he ain't going. They done pulled the rug on that nigga already, man. What he gonna dance to in that day? This,
Yep,
Yep, go ahead.
This is not our race.
Right.
That's it.
Just to finish it out, in the article it talk about political disenfranchisement. You really don't got no politicians on your side, man. You know how higher echelon this thing go is they got APAC. They got lobbyists. A lobby is a whole group of organization that pull for your rights as a people. You know, you voter suppression. It says social and cultural or racial. You don't know your history, man. First of all, you the main people that's fighting to find out who they are in 2024. These son ain't gotta worry about that. Again, they got the family crest going back to dating to the 17th century. They got merchandise passed down, memorabilia passed down from that same century where you came over here on them ships. You can't compete with that. So the Lord got to pull the rug on them in order for us to come up.
God, this is the book of Jeremiah 30, verse 14. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy.
Right. So our wound is from an enemy, man. You could be wounded in a fight, and both parties could be sincerely fighting for survival. It's nothing personal, but you receive the wound because y'all fighting for survival, you know? But a wound from an enemy, there's a lot of force behind it because it's driven by that sheer hatred and disdain for the opposing party, see? So that's what the Lord did to Israel. He wounded you with the wound of an enemy. Because Esau gets off, man. This nigga, right, he's intent on putting pork in your shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like he stumbled up and tripped up and shit fell over in there.
Mistake.
Right. It's a diligent, right? The scripture speaks about how they, what is that, I believe that's Ezekiel 28. They perform a diligent search. They're wise than Daniel or something along those lines. They full of what the hell they doing, man. Think not that them Fagos just ended up in on Jefferson Avenue. Right? Yeah, and they got those weird, like the brother said, it's a 27 ounce. Right? Have you ever noticed the Fagos? They got odd numbers. That proves that the nigga put something in there, man.
And they sell it in Piggly.
Right. Oh yeah, you go get it from Piggly.
Yeah, that's a logistical operation.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All from the
Oh, yeah.
from the laboratory,
Yep.
in which that some of them chemicals, what you call the nanoparticles in them.
Right.
From the laboratory to your grocery store, your corner store, your gas station.
Right.
That's a whole operation.
And the shit, if I may, right? You look at one of those, you know, like the mad scientists, they actually got images you can look up. If you type in mad scientist, right? Especially from an animated, and you got the guy with the traditional, with the two. It's shit like a Mountain Dew. Right? It's shit like a Mountain Dew. It's a Mountain Dew. Fuck that. It's a Mountain Dew. And because, right, I'm gonna show you, right? When you see the bubbles, the bubbles bubbling up in that shit.
Yes.
That fizz. That's it. Fizz. Right? And that's an assault, man, on your body. You drink that shit, it go down. So your organs, they're experiencing Hiroshima and Nagasaki in a sense. Now you see the missiles coming down. Your organs experiencing this shit coming down, and it's loud. And those bubbles,
Chemical warfare.
right? If you open, why do I get that sound when I open that fizz like
a beaker.
Right? If you can magnify that sound, it'll probably sound like a goddamn nuke.
That shit eat your mucus up.
Oh, yeah.
Your stomach lining up and all this.
Oh well, it's a it pretty much contributes to what you call it when the men get the what you call it the vasectomy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a liquid vasectomy.
Sterilized.
It sterilizes,
Kills the sperm.
or that's the goal. Like, that's the motivation behind it. It don't really work on Jake. You know?
Or it's neurological. It suppresses your brain activity.
Right.
Next thing you know, you can't sleep right. You can't think right. Situations, you would have been made a choice, but you standing there.
Yeah. Give me a number, right? And it makes you niggas, it brings out the beast in you niggas too. Right? It's an effort to make you niggas kill each other. And that evil eye. See, Lord Cole, right? He give you the results. Like you have an evil eye towards your brother. But now we can see what contributes to that. You niggas drinking that bad diet, that contributes to you, having a fucked up attitude and mindset. Fuck the world. Like a nigga like Pop. And you ain't see the moments them niggas was in the studio with a Pepsi, right? Run that back, you know?
Who closed down roads?
Oh yeah, well that's it there. Who closed town?
Oh,
That's Spirit. Oh, now that's the Spirit too, like the Vulcan, right? That nigga pointing up to the heavens with that arrow too, man. Right? When you pull up the Vulcan, the statue, these crackers down here, right, by design, he got that arrow now, right in front of the Coca-Cola. It's a fucking leopard, man.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, I was about to say
You might like to get that, man.
Hey, and then if you see on the Coca-Cola
leopard behind it all.
what it say? Real magic.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wow.
It's real magic.
Well, Birmingham is known as the Magic City. Birmingham is actually known as the Magic City. Land of the Chaldeans. Like 2.0. It's like Birmingham is like the face card, if you will, in a sense, with everything that's wrong with America. In a sense. Like geographically, it's low to right. It's beneath sea level, the depression. This place fucked up, man. A bunch of right. It's a bunch of elites down here too, man. Right, Mount Brook. Oh, West, you got Red Mountain. Now, right there where I live on Valley. And everything you see is like Valley signs. Right now, it's one sign when I leave out and I turn on Valley Ave. It's Valley Temple Drive. I'm gonna take a picture, Lord, when I show you. Yeah, one direction is Valley, the other one is Temple. You know?
Real quick, the one thing in this battle, like the other saying, it show you the real dynamic between Jacob and Esau here. Real dynamic, like Esau, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? They show you versus here in Birmingham, man. Not saying it's not like that everywhere else, but you come here, you really, really see it. First thing a person said, oh damn, this is. Well, I think Martin Luther King said it one time. Birmingham is the most segregated city in America, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that Gulf fix.
Done.
Well, I knew a guy from Long Beach, a friend back in the world. That was the first assessment he came to. Oh, damn, man, there's white folks over there, you know. And he went over the mountain, over Red Mountain. You obviously see it, fucking streets. But it's like that everywhere. Like in Atlanta, same way. Like you can tell when you see like the food, what's available as far as grocery stores, gas stations. You're gonna see those Circle K's more in the hood.
This is Jeremiah 13.
Family Dollars.
Jeremiah 13:23 say, can the Ethiopian change his skin or the leopard his spots? You know, he's talking about that leopard there too. You know, one thing about Esau, he got the tendency to just do the same thing, and that's why it's such a heavy process of knowing your enemy. You know, your enemy's always going to do what he's supposed to do. Like as iron rusteth, your enemy is going to do wicked. And so, talking about what they do in the inner workings of the city and just how they keep us down, how that oppressive hand is almost invisible. To the average, somebody just walking in, it's invisible. You got to be able to detect that. What is Esau? How does Esau still wield his power, but look like a helpless man? He still got control, but the leopard don't change his spots.
If I make two, they run the same play.
Right.
These devils, they don't do nothing different. They just run the same formula. Because really, when it works.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
why not?
Run it again.
Yeah, run it again.
Run it again.
Yeah.
It's Black History Month.
Right. There's no law. Because it's really a simple place.
Yeah,
you know?
it is. It really is.
Lord, cast light on it.
With a new Fago out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different flavor.
Yep. They got the Big Mac in the form, the chicken Mac.
Oh, man, yeah, come
Right, like instead of a Big Mac, they got the chicken Mac, you know? So yeah, there's like variations. They tweak certain things, but it's the same thing, man.
They say they go long, but the other receiver just run.
Yeah.
They ain't throwing it to their receiver.
Yeah.
Go long.
Right, a little eye candy running in motion. You know what I'm saying?
And they'll openly rebuke whatever Jake come to terms on. Like, that ain't right for us. If Jake come to terms, they'll openly rebuke it and then spin it back around in a different product that y'all really love.
Right.
So it's still consistent with the same play. They just know how to fall it, make this brain crumble, and throw it back in this brain. It's all gonna kill you. Remember, as the elder always pointed out, cigarettes is still legal. We ain't never seen the recall. Never seen the recall with cigarettes.
Yeah, that's right.
Food and FDA telling me they dissected, but this meat ain't right.
Right.
It can harm the public.
Yeah, but you didn't see that with cigarettes? Yeah. And you know what? It was just another recall on ready meat. Tyson chicken.
Boys had.
Yep.
Right? You found out something wrong with that, like the elder said. You somehow, stop that. You know what I mean? Jumped in. Right? You caught something. In the assembly, something in there. But here it is, a cigarette, and even the presence of a cigarette is harmful. It'll burn your ass if you're careful with it. Right? Yeah, it'll burn the house down.
Just gonna say that. Yep. Burn the house down.
Right? That ain't enough to catch your attention.
Yeah. It's a known fact that cigarettes cause cancer.
Cause cancer, man.
You know, it's harmful to your health. But like the elders saying, they continuously push them out. I'm talking about at a mass rate.
Right.
You never seen no shortage on those cigarettes.
But they tell you, when you look at that Surgeon General on the box, it's going right at pregnant women right away, I believe.
Yeah.
So that right there is show you, okay, if a damn baby, that's life, right? Because the baby needs everything functioning, certain things that baby has to have as intake before he even can take his first step into life, right? So if a cigarette is going to stop that, then that should be for everyone. Because that's stopping it right when it's starting, you know. That's the baby, the lungs still fresh, man. Yeah, it is. You've been breathing in shit. You already inhaled. So now they need to really, you know, there should be a recall on that, what we said.
You keep the same shit that be in the smoke coming out of the automobile.
Yeah.
Same shit in the cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Same shit.
But it's the opposite of air.
Well, they have to have a filter. That's dangerous. It shows dangerous. You gotta have a filter on it.
Right.
Right? Because you got some in there, Jake, you old niggas, man. Like, the reason why I say, because I knew Jake who smoked without the filter.
Yeah.
Right? That was cancer right there.
Yeah.
It wasn't even hit it.
Yeah.
Right, level 5, whatever, you know, the highest right there when the nigga hit it. But you can get on Jake about that, but it goes back to Esau, man. Oh, yeah, see that? Yeah, he left a cloud or something. That's spirit, hey, bro.
They got arsenic.
The button got loose flying fiberglass in it. Yeah, like every time you pull on a cigarette, fiberglass.
Yeah,
Like it's Mexico.
and that contributed to it too, man. That cigarette, you know. That's like a dog. Like, you know, like if you see a animal at his natural habitat, you know, you better put him down. You know, he should right? He should be doing it. It's a squirrel attacking you, right? You know, that's kind of out of his. Esau got a lot to pay for, man.
This is the book of laws.
That's good, bro. That's super. That's the spirit of real. Yeah, he had the shit just hanging out his dog.
Is that what they call it? Loose?
Yeah.
This is the book of Sirach.
Niggas done got into it over looses and shit, man. Fights and
Nigga
yeah,
go,
niggas, yeah.
a nigga try to buy just one loose out the whole 24 pack. I ain't got enough. And then fight over that. Try to fight that.
Nigga like, look, man, we got a 3 cigarette limit.
Now you got people that do the whole 2-3 packs a day. It's addicted. It's already proven addicted. Nicotine addicted. But you know that goes along with everything else. McDonald's.
Right.
We just don't got the recipe for that. But the scientists do.
Space meat. Space food.
1% beef.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You should be able to smell, right? And about maybe over 2 billion, it's over 2 billion burgers sold. You should be able to smell that ground beef. You know what I mean? Because you cook ground beef at the house, smell it, you know what I mean? That's just two or 3 burgers. So you got these burgers been cooked all day, from lunch until that many burgers.
You ain't lying, cause one hamburger will fill up the whole
Man, one
park.
hamburger fill up the house. You can tell you walking in someone's house, they cook some burgers.
Yeah.
You know they were cooking burgers.
Yeah. And that's the same with these chicken restaurants. Like back in the day, you be like a block away and you smell the chicken.
Yeah.
You pass by
That Dreamland
church
place.
chicken.
Oh, but now they got all these different wing spots. They got different wing, like outside of churches and the traditional
Yeah, they do.
KFC.
Yeah.
You got all these. I know, like in New York, they got they name them after states and shit, right? A lot of, right. A lot
One of
of,
them is Obama Fried Chicken. That's an actual place.
right.
Obama Fried.
But you got all these different, but like the brother I was going to, you gotta have sauce with it, right? You got all these different, right, flavors, but you don't smell the chicken, man. You don't smell it. Potatoes and none of that. Fries. And you know what that's doing to your colon. You get to a certain age in your 40s and feel your colon done, man. But yeah, big old nice.
Talking to the squirrel attack.
Right. He probably got he addicted to cigarette butts.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know. Yeah, he probably looking for one. He need one this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, he looking for all the cigarettes you smoke this morning.
And brother sent the video about how birds that take cigarette butts and put them in their nest.
Wow.
To ward off the insects.
Wow.
Yeah, real talk. Put them in the...
Because that's a weapon.
Yeah.
That's a form of shit. Yes. Yep, it's the worst case scenario, man.
In Boston, they got the squirrels. They got the squirrels and chipmunks and shit addicted to fast foods.
Oh yeah. Well, that's everywhere. Because when you see like chicken, it's like the birds. Just throw a chicken, like a chicken wing or something out, they're gonna eat it. That's really cannibalism. Right? What the fuck is bird eating another bird?
Because he seeds.
Right. That's why, seeds, worms. Right, so if a bird was to shit on you in his natural habitat, and really nothing wrong with that, because it's just bird, berries, worm, right? And that worm, he ain't doing nothing but eating what he's supposed to eat. But now, you throw the sword Esau in there, that bird shit is, right? Yeah, he's breaking down chicken. It's the little intestine. Yeah, he got diarrhea. He got gas.
Might bounce off you.
And this the harsh truth, man. That's why it's an indictment on any of you jakes that's content with continually being, especially in relation to you having a problem with it, you know? Woe to you, man. Those who got a problem with it. Hey, I can see, right, if it's just a thing of you, look, all the greed, you know, I made my bones here in America, and you're going to be destroyed for that. But how much more a motherfucker who are, what's that, Proverbs 13 and 13? Who despise. How much more for you who despise? And the only thing we're doing is telling you that this place is death. And there is a way out. It's an exit. Right? But the exit is through Yahawashi. Yep, come on.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 9. It says, for the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High.
Right, so you see what the scriptures is not only highlighting the ungodliness, right, but it's going to the source. The source of ungodliness is the ungodly. See, so the Most High said, look, that's hateful before him, the ungodliness, which is on display through us. In this realm, we're somewhat of a reflection, if you will, of the Most High on the earth, in a sense, for somebody to run, you know. But right, because for an example, the Lord said in Ezekiel 25th chapter, through his people Israel, he'll lay his vengeance on the nations, right? So through these righteous spirits that's been vexed from day to day, it gives you a glimpse into how the Most High feels. See? It's not like the Most High just speaking from afar. How could the scripture say that? Am I not a power that's not only close at hand and far away as well? So the Lord is close and nearby through us. See? So when we denounce pork, that's a reflection of how the Most High feels. We have a problem with homos. See? That's a reflection of Yahawashi. See, so the ungodliness, it has a source. It's the ungodly. The Most High pretty much set up the wicked to spawn forth wickedness. The perverseness here on the planet Earth, it stems back to who? The pervert. Esau, man. Cut, is it on that?
That was it.
I cut, so.
Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
Read that last part again.
And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
See, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. That's pretty much the Lord narrowing things down. Because who can you blame for the condition of the earth? Right? Now, you can throw China in there, but right, scriptures tell you China is, yeah, they pretty much partakers as well as any of you nations who have cleaved to America, but ultimately, the so-called white man, he's the destroyer, man. See? Right? You got, like, this car is riding down, he's blowing out, that car is blowing out chemicals. Right. And just based upon how your body designed, the Lord, he created your body to fight off a lot of toxins, but really the clock started ticking on you dying once you come into this realm.
Right.
You fight it, you know, but you're destined to die. You can believe that. That's why Yahawashi said, at least those days be shortened. See? And unless who days? See, these are the questions we ask. Right? Who days? Esau days, man. In order for you to experience life, it can't be McDonald's. It can't be a churches. It can't be drill music. It can't be tights.
There's a study on age, length of age, and America, Babylon, this don't got the longest age length. is really one of them countries in Asia
Oh yeah.
that got longer, and they
Life
maintain
expectancy.
life expectancy. They maintain different diets.
Yeah.
They're not about fast food. Everything's more of an ancient way of practice.
Right.
They all about health. Up until your 80s, you out in the middle of the street stretching and doing your yoga and all of this. Babylon don't practice that, man. They don't practice health really at all, man. And then the whole health industry back, which we have this information, you know, this whole health industry was what you call it, ransacked by the Rockefeller.
Yeah.
They made sure that that oil industry would stay active in pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Most of these pills that people take go back to the oil industry and go back to the reason why, in order to keep their money flowing, they stopped on holistic health practices in America in the early 1900s. Rerouted all the doctors to begin to study health by pharmaceuticals, which that word obviously go back to pharmakia, go back to sorcery. It's a Greek word. It's in the scriptures. It means sorcery.
Revelation.
Yes.
Is it Revelation 18?
Yep. They talk about sorcery.
Yep.
It's pharmakia.
Yep.
And I gotta be careful with that because I got a show that was taken down from just explaining that word.
Yeah.
Taken down.
Wow.
Yeah, pharmakia. You can't go into that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
medical misinformation.
Yeah. But Esau, they ransacked that whole industry of health. So no wonder why we in the condition we in, and people's minds is this place is geared to keep you going off of that destructive mentality. And just the curses that's affecting Jake, they're driven by what Esau is doing. It's a broad production, and Esau is empowered to do it. He has freelance to be able to wield his sword however he wants, medically, chemically, biologically, visually.
If I may, that's him destroying all the earth. This nigga destroying every aspect of life.
Right.
You know, from minds of the people. You know, of course, the trees, the animals, everything has been attacked. The water, everything has been attacked under this man's watch.
Yep. Oh, your relationships. Yeah, the way a man supposed to dwell with a woman, a household supposed to be governed. That's destroyed. And as the elder was speaking, you know what I was thinking about? I was given a vivid illustration in my mind of a surgeon, right? You have a surgeon have a heart surgery, you know, you having a triple bypass, yeah. And the nigga take a break and go out and smoke a cigarette, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right? Or the very motherfucker tell you, give you a regimen, you know, you want to live, and the nigga got a pack of cools.
Oh. Yeah.
This place finished, man.
Yeah.
Right? Because what's supposed to be the institution for health is really death. Right? If we look up, we might get struck, but if you was to look up how many people died because of those, because of Maxine, that right there, that should be case closed. This man was supposed to be presented as a health institution for health. It's the very catalyst for people getting these clots. A few football guys died. You had, it was this one girl.
Football dude, Deshaun Jackson.
I was thinking about this one chick. She was a track girl. She was young. She died. Right then, I forgot. It was about 5, 6 of them football guys.
The girl y'all just showed me last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Well, pretty much her whole head is a clot at this point, man.
High school
yeah.
athletes.
A few of them just dropped dead on the court.
Swimmers, yeah. Talking about these healthy people.
Right, 'cause they should be. That's perceived to be the healthiest
Yeah,
people. Right, they up jogging and they working out. They got a certain body fat, and all it took is just fangs of this fucking serpent, right? And that's it. Now you gotta ask yourself, who came up with that? Who cleared that? Who the fuck was in the lab coming up with that? When really you got the earth producing things that keep you healthy. But they outlawed that, like the elder going into, and they'll put your ass to death if you promote health. That happened to CB.
Right. Yep.
Come on.
I got some.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Isaiah. It's a lot.
It's really a madhouse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta sit there and allow the crazy people to run the whole.
Right.
Right.
What they're saying is the crazy people have started to run the asylum, man.
Beautiful. That's it, because that's the crazy people right there. Wicked. This is a madman, man.
Right.
What mad scientists? You gotta go.
Oh, well, children are your oppressors.
Yeah.
Because a child is really crazy.
Yeah.
When you look at it, I mean, if I can bring, that might not be the best word. So you know, a child have to be, right, your whole life is dedicated, and the elder brought that out, is keeping a child alive.
Right.
Because due to their folly, they'll just go on the street, get
Right.
hit by a
That's
car.
That's it.
They all giggity, they laugh at little certain things. They don't take nothing serious.
Yeah.
Right. They'll stick their hand in a plug.
Right, forking.
Right. You leave something, if some poisonous, they'll eat it.
Yeah.
They just take it and eat it.
Yeah.
They don't consider.
Yeah.
Jump in the microwave.
Right, yeah. In the stove.
Yeah.
You looking for that little motherfucker in the stove, man.
Yeah.
They constantly shooting each other in the head.
I just want to say that.
Right with a knife.
They'll find a weapon and they'll shoot.
Oh, yeah,
you.
yeah. Shoot themselves. They
Blow their
constantly do
brains
that.
out. Yeah.
Right? So now you got Esau. He pretty much fits that bill. Any nigga who come up with zebra cakes and that's what you grew up on that, man. It'll get you pissed though, you know? You was in the lab and came up with that. And you distributed it, you manufactured, you distributed it in the neighborhoods, and you sold that motherfucker for 25 cents. Well, it was a top, I think it was 50 cents at one time, right? I was watching a video, man, some ass nigga. He was in the store, he said, man, damn, the chips are dark.
Yeah,
So that,
seen that, yeah.
that the ruffled chips and shit, they used to be like 25 cents. That shit look off, they got this little one cart in the store, they got the boxes sitting up like this, and you got the 25 cent chips. And you get 4 for $1. And you don't know what that shit is, that dust on top of them Cheetos and all that shit. And that shit, it stains, you see the kids with the Cheeto fingers? That shit stain the color of your fingers, man. That shit being there for, take a couple of baths to get that out.
Stain your teeth.
Right, t-shirt, you wash your teeth, you got that shit, Cheeto on your t-shirt. You shouldn't be eating that. Right, if you're on the truth, you shouldn't be eating that, man. Because now you saying what? Okay, you trust Esau again. Now, we ain't saying that we found some type of solace. We found this honey hole. We got everything that what we get is not contaminated. No, we're not saying that. But the obvious, like a fucking yellow bag, that's like you see one of those frogs or poison and venom. The more emphatic the color.
Yeah, these chips ain't natural, man. Your chip ain't naturally
You
yellow.
couldn't find that motherfucker, man. We might need to start.
It won't burn.
It
No,
will.
it won't burn.
That shit won't burn.
Right.
It don't. It stay whole.
That shit don't burn, right?
It don't burn.
See that?
Hell no, it stay whole.
You're not gonna find a Cheeto tree.
Nah,
Right.
nah.
You put a stem on a wick on that motherfucker, man. That motherfucker might blow up.
Hey, on the bag it
Throw
says
that motherfucker in.
artificial this, artificial that, artificial this.
Right.
Nothing natural. But it's supposed to be a corn chip. You get, you're supposed
Right,
to make
right.
you know what I'm saying? A corn chip from corn, right? No.
What is a chip, man?
What is a chip,
First
though?
of all, you know?
Some of the juice say 0%.
Yeah. True.
4% juice.
True.
Right.
5% juice.
True.
Yeah.
And why do they have to promote it like 100% juice?
Right. Non-GMO.
But they say naturally flavored.
That's bullshit right there.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Naturally slave.
Yeah.
So I hate to see what's not natural slave. You know,
Real tough.
what's the alternative to naturally slave?
Right.
You know they use a lot of the flavors and the colors. They get some bugs.
Yeah. Yellow 5.
But with the FDA, they cleared so many bugs to be in the food.
Rat droppers
Yep.
to be in your chocolate.
Yeah. That's some shit that's real contaminated. Rat droppings.
Right.
I forget about the disease that come from rat droppings. You forget moist. I forget it.
Death. Right.
Yeah. It causes death.
Yeah, just to simplify.
Yeah. It's death.
Yeah.
Yeah, be throwing up the bottom of your stomach.
Yo, hey, remember those fudge rounds? Right? The cream inside of the bitch, the color of it, right? It was the brownness of it, right? Where did that come from? How you come up with that, you know?
That's true.
Shit was like tan.
It's not natural.
It's not natural, man.
Bread ain't white. Come to find out, rice ain't white. It's all a big lab experiment. That's all.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. And they experiment on those in the lower region, in the ghetto. Like Ronald said, you come to the inner city, you find the Fagos and you find the wax cakes, because that's all that shit is,
Right.
wax.
Right.
But when you go to the, up in the places like here, Birmingham versus Red Mountain, Vestavia, you ain't gonna find, like you say, you gonna find no Fagos.
No. Oh no.
They don't know what that is.
No, they don't know what that is.
They
don't know what that is.
Pineapple orange Fago?
Yeah, pineapple.
You know what's bad? It's like everything goes to the grocery store. Everything expensive. Go get the same shit at the Dollar Tree for like $1, $2, the same shit.
And like the brother said, like them cakes, that's wax. You can see that now. You put 5 to a zebra cake, tell them where my ass. Yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah 24, verse 5.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey, somebody get also, I think is that Ecclesiastes 7?
Isaiah 24, verse 5, it says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Hey, can you click on the word defile? See what it is? Right? The earth is defiled, man. Under the inhabitant thereof. So that's the scriptures pointing to the corporate. Right? What else you want, man? Now, through a process of elimination, is it terrorists? Right? Because that's the boogeyman, the terrorists. Let's start there. Is it Al Qaeda?
Hezbollah.
Right, Hezbollah. Yeah.
Hamas.
There's a couple of choppers terrorizing.
Yeah. You got an SK.
God, this word defiled, Strong's 8:26:10, to be profane.
Oh, to be profane. So that links Esau, man. Right? That word profane, with the naked eye, one with a corporate, equated to foul language. But really, to be profane is to be outside of the realm of righteousness. But you can't enter into that, right? Esau can't somehow, and you brought that out earlier, the spots, then Esau can't somehow become clean. He was designed to be profane. That word profane really goes to outside of the temple, man. That's why when you go into the humble beginnings, Esau was a man of the field versus Jacob being a man of the tent. See? So he's defiled. Or he's the source of the earth being defiled. Read that again.
It says to be profane, be polluted.
See? Be polluted. Pollution comes with Esau. Let's say hypothetically, if you could take someone from another planet, this analogy just for edification's sake. But let's say if you had someone, from another planet, and you introduced them to this world for the first time, man, and I'm saying that they got a body like ours and meant to breathe air. When he hit this motherfucker, he'll die, man. He'll die. We just been accustomed to it. We're immune to it. Yeah, you know about to get cold, like I said. Niggas, classic coming. And you stay away from all, right? Stay away from all gas stations within.
Oh man.
You see a Caprice.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of here. Nigga get out. The nigga uncle get out the pappy side with a white tee.
Right.
Tall white tee. You get out of there. Oh yeah, you gonna get out with that shit. Yeah. Well, they got these niggas over here on Third. That's a decree. Nobody is to go out there on Third. And I'm pretty sure brothers don't go, man. But right there, that's nigga central. They got it's on YouTube. You got the nigga dancing with. Get out the car with the Draco, the nigga uncle. He should be the voice of reason, you know. He the first nigga out to Tahoe with you. You just when you run that loop back as you doing the video, it'll give you a glimpse into niggas, man. Niggas say, oh, let me go get my shit too. You know? Oh yeah, right there at the gas station, yep. And them niggas gonna be down there, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what the classic really
That's
is.
that's the centerpiece of the classic.
It is.
This is the
Right.
You could.
Nigga, where you at? Yeah. How you get to the classic? Nigga, give them the good shell.
Shells on Third.
Shell address, put that in the directions to the classic. That's terrible, man.
Really a countdown to the shootout.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. To the shootouts. Yeah.
Con. See on that word defiled, it says to be corrupt.
Whoa.
It says
See, that links up to Esau. What's that? Psalms 14? Somebody get that real quick. Psalm 14, Bubba the Shop. And somebody can get, I want to say Sirach 6 at 27. Whoever got it. Yep, I believe it's around there, maybe.
So like this is Psalms chapter 14, and Psalms 14:3 says, "They are all going aside." First verse. It says, "Yep, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God."
Right, that's Esau, man. What?
It says, "They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good."
See, so they are corrupt. Now let's get that real quick. Second Ezra 6, 27.
Con. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 27, it reads, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome."
Right, corruption shall be overcome. That's the time we in. But hey, that's another example of the source of corruption. We just read it, right? Where the scriptures refer to Esau as corrupt. So the corruption that you see, right? This place is corrupted. It comes from the corrupt. See that? And there they are. The powers that be, those behind the scenes, that Wizard of Oz behind the curtain set. But that's the Lord. The Lord put them niggas on blast. That's it. That's them. Right? Come on.
Going back to that corrupt. 2nd Ezra verse 43, it reads, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time,
Yep.
and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, and temperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up." If I make this going back, you said the day of doom, which is really the destruction. It said ultimately that's going to be the end. That's going to be the beginning of the immortality for the calm. But it says it's going to be the end of corruption. You know, that's what this word is filled with, corruption, because of the corrupt Esau, Edom, man. You know.
That was it on that?
Come.
I got this. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Y'all read that again?
The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Right, so that's why we're expounding on this current state, man. Because you have to be introduced to the ills of this world. That's the only way you can truly commit to Yahawashi in the sense of desiring a change. See, these different Israelite groups, they're irresponsible, man. They push forth, right, this world-friendly idea. It's cool to be an Israelite in America, right? And they pretty much, they hide you from the real issues,
Right.
you see? But ultimately, this is supposed to be the house of mourning. You're supposed to be brief concerning this current place you're in, right? Your living conditions. You can't send your children off to a school without you really handing them over to the fucking devil, man. See? They're gonna be heavily influenced, right? The line's gonna be blurred. The gender card is thrown out of the window. Everybody's the same. You have to be exposed to that in order to appreciate, right, the world to come. Appreciate righteousness.
Right.
If you are constantly being desensitized and believe that this shit is normal, just like we go into the flavored, right? Buffett give you flavored cherry candy. Now you've been giving that so long to now that's your stance. This cherry and they ain't budging. So that's the mindset that people develop when they're not thoroughly, right, exposed to the offenses of Esau. Because you subconsciously believe this shit normal. See?
Stockholm syndrome.
Right, Stockholm syndrome. But it's not normal to breathe in chemicals. It's just not. It's not normal to eat 3D printing. We need Yahawashi, man. See, that's it.
Hey, it's not normal to see a Decepticon or a Transformer, man.
Oh, yeah.
And for that individual or that thing to have rights,
Right.
to protect it.
Well, you got them with a voice.
Oh, God.
The guy who over the Department of
Oh yeah, he's over health.
yeah, he's over health, man.
United States.
Secretary of Health.
Mr. Doubtfire. Yeah, this nigga actually got he signed off on health-related issues. But this nigga, damn middle-aged Edomite, which is the worst thing you want to encounter. Well, they're gonna give you the medication to facilitate you becoming gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Hey man, look, man, the Lord truly protecting us. Because these demons, this devil working overtime, man. Through his media, right? The things you eat, because you don't even have to, you can say, look, I'm gonna go vegan or I'm gonna refrain from certain things. But you don't know what this nigga let out in the air, man.
Water.
Right, yeah, water, And you notice, right, these commercials, a lot of the commercials that they promote medication, certain medication, it's the same symptoms that you will be dealing with. I don't know if brothers ever noticed that, like some shit that you came down with maybe in the last week, then all of a sudden they got a commercial for the shit.
Like they read your brain secrets or some shit.
Right. But then the side effects could cause thoughts of suicide. You know? That's real talk, man. I actually saw one of the commercials. Right? One of the side effects, it could cause heavy thoughts of depression and even suicide. Crazy, bro.
I got one for you.
This is Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed.
Right, this is a form of that.
That's it, bro.
Not physically marching, right? Because a lot of you Jake out there, when you march, you telling Esau to not kick you in the ass with a steel toe boot, but kick you in the ass with a house shoe, or a slipper. Kick me in the ass, but not with no steel toe boot. Right? Kick me in the ass with a Wallaby Clark. That's what you're doing, man. You're not saying stop kicking me in the ass. You pretty much march and you want to be accommodated in captivity. Right? A nigga in jail, man, give us some extra. Y'all never give us extra orange juice, you know? You're not saying you want to get out of there. You just want to be accommodated. That's what you niggas do, right? But see, us hastening to get out of here is not going to manifest in the form of margin. This is the hastening right here as we shed light on our condition. This is hastening, you know?
We ain't gotta ask Esau for shit.
Right.
We just asking the Lord for what we need to sustain us through this
Right.
death. Right, this death dance with Esau until it just shuts it down. Man.
What the scripture say that? Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? So we just passing through, so we need to be preserved and kept until the return of Yahawashi. See? Hey, because the scripture said, I will give you the morning star. That's Yahawashi, man, which is life. So if you endure to the end, you know, the new bodies and casting off this flesh, that's gonna happen in the twinkling of an eye too, bro. So we're gonna, man, that's beautiful you think about it. Out of everything we have to endure, in that moment, just as your eye twinkle and the spirit, you know, looking at the brother, man. But you see that? But yeah, just as you see that, man, that was heavy, man. The Lord had
Right there.
twinkle, man. But just as soon as that can happen, that's how we're gonna change from this current state of depression. You're not gonna even be depressed no more, you know?
Yeah.
You're not gonna know what depressed, because right now we don't know what it really feels like to be joyous. Scripture said we scarcely smile. We don't know what it really feels like to be joyous.
No, hell.
Yeah, we really rejoice when we hear about evils.
Right.
Right.
We don't
Wow.
know the
Yeah.
fullness of how to really be happy.
Right.
Mm.
Job 20:8, it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more. Neither shall his place any more behold him.
That's it, man.
Yep, going back to what the elder's saying, man, you ain't gonna remember this no more, man. You know, all of this that we going through is gonna be chased away as a dream in the night, which means it's gonna all go away with Esau, man. And you know, as you have a dream, the more that you go about your day, the more distant that dream gets. So we ain't living a dream. We ain't living a dream. We in a nightmare here in America. So once we receive that crown, that nightmare is going to disappear like that.
Right. Right. Okay.
I got some. Revelation chapter 7 and verse 17. It says, "For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of water, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes." So if I may, when our Lord Yahawashi come, man, we won't be at peace, man. We won't be at rest, man. You know, all the things that we experience in this life, man. As the elder read, it's gonna be like a nightmare, man. You know, a dream that faded away, man. There's gonna be no more tears, man. You know.
And that's the new covenant.
Shit.
That's the new covenant, man. Because you can still die here, Lord still judging Israelites. How we in the new covenant? Lord judging Israelites and killing them, man. Hey, yo, man, them Ravens, I've been saying them too. Y'all been, they have got my spot constantly around. Come on. Oh, who's reading?
I got one.
Come on.
It's Sirach 11 and 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
That's it.
That's it.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. That's how quick the Lord could just change our situation and will in the twinkling of an eye. Whereas your brain not going to really be able to be depressed in that day when the Lord gives us that throne, gives us that righteous, establishes justice and judgment and prosperity for the Israelites on this earth, establishes righteousness in this world. That's what we engaged in. The reason why we aren't operating the way they want to, because our spirit is adverse to wickedness, man. Most High have put the spirit in his elect to hate the evil. So we don't want any parts of it, and that becomes a problem for the people in this world. Hey, why y'all gotta be that way? Why y'all just don't? You see a problem with everything. Well, yeah. Our spirit entertains righteousness. Now imagine when the Most High set up righteousness. How y'all gonna flow with that? Y'all can't. That's why you're gonna be destroyed first, and then the Most High brings you back in your right state of mind. The fact that you got the tribes right now that hate righteousness and justice, and you pretty much love to be some form of captive in any form of fashion, which we going into. Whether you go to McDonald's,
like you said,
Stockholm.
No, you got it.
Yep, you got the Stockholm. You love some form of oppression, and it reminds us that it's almost as if you had a Jake right now that is a Babylonian Israelite, as the ancient world. He liked to do things as if the Babylonians were still in captivity. Or you got an Egyptian Israelite. He liked to do things as if the Egyptians were still in captivity. Everybody moving to this captive state of mind, right? They're going to Syrian captive Israelite. He liked to operate as if the Assyrians still ruling, and the way he think, the method he think, right? And y'all all clashing against what form of captivity is better. That's all Stockholm syndrome, man. The Lord gonna eradicate that whole mind frame out of us where we don't, and it starts now, where we don't want any form of captivity.
Hey, don't why the scripture say arise and depart.
I got that.
You got go ahead.
Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart.
And that arise and that departure begin in your mind, like what the elder's saying. We arising in our mind, meaning what? We waking up to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the kingdom, man.
Right. If I may, scripture say upright in heart.
Upright in heart. That's it. What's that? Upright in the way. What's that? What's that? Exodus. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Keep it upright in the way.
Right. What's that way? That's this truth, man. Because going to a way is compatible to a doctrine, man. And that comes in the form of this light, this truth. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for this is not your rest.
No, America. Go ahead.
Because it is polluted.
We speaking, we've gone over a vast variety of the pollutions, man. Beginning with mental pollution, such as come in the form of Christianity, come in the form of the image of Caesar or Cesare Borgia. Go ahead.
It shall destroy you.
It's going to destroy you. Right? If you continue in it, that destruction going to come by the way of a sequence of events before the Lord sent Yahawashi, man. Famine, you know, teeth of the wild beast. But ultimately, if you do make it through those, you're gonna get destroyed by those missiles, man. Go ahead.
Even with a sword of
Yeah,
destruction.
even with a sword of destruction, those missiles. You know?
If I may, it's like you going back, you mentioned start with that mental that mental pollution, because that's the GPS that leads you to your faith, man.
That's it,
You know,
Yeah.
these people, they destination is already death, but well, they gonna go direction of Christianity, or
Right.
being a nigga,
Right.
whatever the case may be. The results is death.
Right.
You know.
You can see it in their mentality right now. You know, for Jake to pick up a cigarette, it ain't just the cigarette that's gonna kill him. It's the logic behind why that's okay, why that's a viable choice for you. And if that's your logic that led you to the cigarette, it's gonna also lead you to MOTB.
A nigga smoke a cigarette just right after he get through eating, that calms his nerve. That type, you say that logic is gonna lead you to take seek help or whatever. Ultimately, you're gonna be dead. That's gonna be the results.
A smoke break.
Smoke break.
Smoke.
Like you said, calmness. Yeah, that MOTB, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna bring that calmness, man. Cause you in an uproar, you know, when you can't eat, when there's nothing to eat. You're in an uproar, you know, certain things going on that's not stable in your life. That's how Esau gonna fix it. He gonna throw unstableness out there, and he gonna say, okay, you want your stability back? Take this thing. That's how you gonna get your stability. But like you said, it starts with a mindset. That's why you read Revelation 3 and 10, if I'm not mistaken. I will keep thee, right? That's in your mind. That's where you're gonna be kept at, in your mind. Because the spirit is gonna have your mind geared, but like you said, that mental, by making a decision, it all starts in your mind. You know?
You can't control anything outside in this world. The Most High didn't give us control over nothing in this world. And so the only thing you really gonna have somewhat form of fashion of control over is your choices and what, right? And what you agree to, what you agree or disagree to. And that's really the foundation of all the Lord gives you at this point in time. You're gonna agree to righteousness, or you're gonna agree to wickedness. Based upon that alignment, you're gonna receive salvation or destruction.
Right.
But everything happening in this lifetime, ain't nothing we can't fight out here voting, and you can't shape what the Most High has already done. He didn't give you jurisdiction over this society. So we really just here to exist up until the point where the Lord reinstate us into royalty and rulership. Then you get to really mend things and change things the way you want to.
Yeah, my man. You can't. This is the only thing that you got. Like the Lord showed you this reality under Esau. Even if you leave America, you still gonna see a resemblance of it. Right? Unless you just go to some rural area, and guarantee you're gonna see something that.
Chemtrail.
Right, a chemtrail. You'll see a plane, pilot. You're gonna see the eagle. So, anything got here? Go back.
God, book of Isaiah 24 and verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Right, and we just looked up that word defile, and some of the words that was what? Corrupt, profane. See? That's Esau, man. Under his watch. And everything we've been through, like everything we went through, we kind of singled out. Man, that's scratching the surface, bro. That's just the obvious, thing that you should be relating to. It should be relatable to you people out there. But if you was to go peel back that veil, a little layer at a time, you'll see, well, there's an emphasis. This man, he's driven by bringing that energy into the earth. Think not that this man is looking for a way to solve cancer. Right? Go ahead.
It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Right, that proves that that's that adverse spirit. Right? He changed the ordinance. He broken the covenant. Why? Because he's not a man of the tent. Right? Because Jacob being a plain man, a man of the tent, that really goes into a man of the scribe. Matter of fact, can we get that? The man, I would lay my honor upon him, the man of the scribe. The man of the scribe being one who what? Enforce righteousness in the earth. Right? You're not going to design a system based upon unlawful food. Like the restaurants, right? You surprised, you'll send out a text if you find a restaurant that don't cook pork.
Oh, yeah.
That's a milestone, right? This spot don't, I recommend it. Personally, no pork. Yeah, see? So this man, he's intent, right, on pushing forth everything that's contrary to Yahawashi. If he was in synergy, if he was in the spirit of righteousness, then we wouldn't be talking about this. We wouldn't be speaking about pork and, right, or adultery.
Right.
Who behind adultery, man? Esau pushed that, man. Hey, this man have no wiggle room to get away. Because think about it. When we came over here on them ships, it wasn't R&B music yet, man. Right? It wasn't R&B music. It wasn't nothing promote me and Mrs. Jones got a secret thing going on. Right? Even, Jake was being off and doing what they was doing, but that wasn't pushed forth, right, as the standard.
Somebody had resources to pick that out.
That's it.
Right. To make it pretty much infect, to seep through the houses of all Jakes. You had the Jake that was off, but you had certain Jake that was holding on to some values. But this man stepped in and created a system, a design, right, that was so overwhelming to where it seeped into the hearts and minds of everybody. This nigga made sure NWA was in the cassette players of every nigga out there. He could have easily stopped that. He could have said, no, this is not moral. How about y'all saying some old Negro spirits? That, even though that was off too, they phased that out. Right, because you'll have a blues nigga, he'll bring an inkling of that old, law, right? But they pretty much moved all that out of the way, and there was a conscious effort to push forth adultery, man. And like I said, Esau can't say, well, hold up, man, I didn't know. R&B music and none of that shit, rap, hip-hop, it wasn't created or packaged and manufactured and distributed out there at that point, right? So you could have salvaged the Israelites. You could have said, okay, y'all my slaves, but I'm going to keep you in your traditions. You can follow your powers, but you under me.
Yeah, that's what I just think. Yeah. He allowed them to continue in their traditions and their customs. But contrary, like the elder saying, in these times, he took you far and far away from it. He introduced wickedness unto you. It was a known fact, what is that, in the late 80s, early 90s, that they had the little meetings about hip hop, to distort it, to put that trash out there so you can, feed your mind off that trash so you can go kill a nigga or something,
Right.
Hey, that's why he's known as that feller as well.
That's it, brother.
Nigga chop
That's
it
it.
down.
That's
Chop
it.
down
That's
the
it.
break it
That's it.
down.
That's it.
That's it.
That's why everything gonna rejoice, man, when that fella be taken out of the way. Was Isaiah 14?
He the sword.
He the sword.
A sword was set up to cut things off. He blocked the way back to Yahawashi when you read 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. This nigga standing in the way of you getting back into righteousness.
Yeah.
See? That's why the Lord worked, he performed a beautiful work with us. Right? Lord, he pretty much, he instilled that spirit in us really before we got it. You know, what's that, Matthew 13? He who have,
Oh, yeah. Yes, right.
he'll have more abundantly. So it's like, you know, you got a pedigree, you know, certain dogs, you can't break that up. It's in them, you know.
It's in 'em.
It have to be snapped, you know, you have to be given the right toolage, then you can bring it out of them. That's the edukare.
Okay.
Yep. You got something else on that? Oh yeah, cut.
Sirach chapter 10, and I can start at verse 4.
You know what? Start at the top.
Con, verse 1, it says,
You ain't let Esau off the hook, man. And because again, Salaki, right? Things get more intense once you get to the verdict. When you get to, you know, it's kind of broad initially, but then when it boils down to the verdict, all eyes on the defendant. He stand up, him and his lawyer. Judge said, have y'all come to me?
Intense.
Right? It's intense. So that's why the Spirit, man, this devil cannot be hid. As it is written, he who speak unrighteous things cannot be hidden. Well,
That's why they call it the Galactic Mystery Song.
oh yeah.
Better than little kids.
Yeah, then they was being childish too, man.
Yeah. Right.
They said the only mystery we haven't solved is not to be childish, you know.
How to grow up.
Yeah, how to grow up, yeah. You fucking devils always accusing somebody, man. You the corporate. Right, this nigga made this big campaign about terrorism. Then you conveniently left out colonialism. Right? When you colonize, but you pushing terrorism, and we're gonna say it again, a bunch of Arabs, like 50 Arabs with a couple of pickup trucks and some SKs.
Yeah.
They ain't doing shit, man. They ain't influencing the world. Right, yeah. It's tripods on the back of it. Hey, because terrorists, from what I gather from you, a terrorist do his thing and get the fuck out of there, man. You niggas colonized it, and not only that, left us in shambles. You could have easily said, okay, go ahead back to your life. You left us with the pieces to pick up. That's why that rod and iron gonna be heavy, man. You gonna fuck Esau up. You gotta have the new bodies to, right? You're gonna have to have new bodies. Yeah. And them little Edomite babies, they're not gonna be cute. Them motherfuckers gonna come back looking just like Andrew Jackson. Take that nigga. Right? Because if a baby cute, right, you'll kind of be like, Andrew Jackson coming through that motherfucker, go grab that nigga with force. Grab that nigga there. Just gotta slap, choke that nigga, grab that little nigga right here, that little nigga, wrap that little nigga.
And the new body, the new mind's gonna be installed with the wrath of the Heavenly Father already in them. Ain't gonna be no such thing as, nah, I got it. I can't do this.
That's a baby, huh?
Yeah.
No,
So we see Andrew Jackson.
Indexation.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the Lord showed his anger through Esau to us.
Yep.
You know, you had Gator baited, all these horrendous acts they're having upon us from Esau. The Lord got something he gonna do to Esau from us, man, through us, man.
That's it.
Going back, you quoted earlier Ezekiel
25.
said according to his anger and according to his fury, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It'll be double.
Yep.
That's why it's only a matter of time. If you just walk down the street, let's say you blank slate, if you just a Jake in his 20s to his 30s to his 40s, you just walking down the street, you don't know nothing from Esau gonna give you that look like, where did you get your pride from? We stole it from you. Where'd you get your sense of security from? We robbed that from you, you know? As soon as you get to a, you know, you're gonna witness that from your oppressor. He got that look as if, yeah, we still got our feet on your neck. How are you even able to consider yourself to be a man? We took that from you, right? We gave it back to you, just to show you that it's right 3/5, and then they had this idea. So you're constantly reminded of the oppression. How can you not support it? This truth, man, this understanding, unless you just okay with oppression, unless you in some type of mental, right? And Esau facilitated that. You confuse niggas out here on Esau's experiment, lab experiment. And he still got his hand on you, man.
You should want this to be the truth. Jake should want this to be the truth, even if they are reluctant about it. They should want this to be the truth. Okay, we're gonna be ruling. We're gonna have dominion over our enemies, the same ones, well documented, right? They serve as the very symbol of our fall. You can't even begin to speak to our fall without incorporating Esau. So here it is, a message go forth, the good news that you're gonna take that very same people in subjection, and Jake don't want to believe it. Yeah, even if it don't really make sense, you should say, you know what? I want that to be true. And what can I do to help ministry if I could? That would be a possibility.
That's how you know Jake the problem.
Yeah, Jake is the problem, yeah. Since thou has not, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, since you become affiliated with being a homeborn slave, cool, that's what you're going to be then. See? And you're going to stay with your master, and now you got to suffer his same fate.
Right.
Isaiah 13, whoever joined unto them.
All right.
Yep, you got it.
It's Isaiah 30 and verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, blind children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seer, see not, and prophesy, Salakia, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. He says, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And that's our people, man. Right? You don't want to hear that America is going to be destroyed. Right? You really don't want to hear that you're a prince of the power, for real.
Right.
You know? You don't want to hear the truth, man. You want us to tell you everything is gonna be okay. You know, that's really what you want to hear. But hell no, everything is not gonna be okay, man. America is gonna be destroyed. Your master is gonna be taken down, right? And we're gonna be rulers. And that's crazy how, which we understand why they don't want to hear it, but ever, you know what I'm saying, you would say, damn. So like the elder said, damn, you first thing you should do, you should agree with this message.
Right.
You should contribute to it, man.
And that's so they hate Yahawashi.
Yeah, that's what it is. They hate Yahawashi.
Oh, yeah, the king. Oh, spirit, man.
Look at that.
Hey, man. Wow.
Man, that's
The Lord in heaven, man. It was just a chariot, a car rolled by, had king on it. Just as we were saying it, they hate Yahawashi.
Right.
The Lord said they hated me without a cause. This is the perfection of that. Because how is this hurting you? How, you know, this shouldn't be grounds for you to hate Yahawashi due to this message. Telling you went off, you failed as a people, but now the favor of the Lord is now risen upon you. And just believe and turn to him. See? Yep, come on.
Just going what you just said. They hate Yahawashi, Isaiah 30 and 11. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. And that's what they want. They hate Yahawashi, man. They don't want Yahawashi, right? But guess what? It's a penalty for not wanting Yahawashi.
Yep.
All right? He that despiseth the word
Shall be destroyed.
shall be destroyed, man.
That's it.
I wish I was going to change everything.
That's it.
Yep.
And here they go. They just got settled in. Like,
Right.
I just got comfortable with these Romans.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
I got a good job. I got a good
Exactly.
living.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same spirits from Egypt. They talk
That's
about
it, bro.
cucumbers.
That's it, bro. They want to go back, man. That's right. That's right.
So they go back.
Come. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. If I may, yeah, the government of Yahawashi gonna be well ordered. This place is completely out of order. Is that Job 10? You know, place without any order. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yeah, as you can see, man, everybody following after Esau ways, man. You know, and that's why you got Jake with purple hair and a Draco wearing a fucking purse, man.
Right.
You know, it says an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them that are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
If I may,
You got it.
it said, unwise king destroy his people. And, you know, Esau being in power, you know, you got these different ideologies and ways of life that leads to destruction, man. You know, you got, of course, the LGBTQIA. You got motherfuckers with their bad diets. You got YouTube channels dedicated to just mukbangs, man. Everything in between, they bring forth the destruction of the people. It starts with Esau, man, because he allows it.
Right.
You know.
Creates
Okay.
hormone suppressants.
Yep.
They can drug your own child right now. They'll never reach puberty. They're 25 years old.
Yeah. Hormone blockers.
Yep. Come on.
Come. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Hey, that's the solution, man. There got to be a change in management. See? In order for you to really experience righteousness and life, prosperity, the management got to change. And these devils, they go at it when you're young. Imagine what's in the series. Right? It's set up to just turn you into a fucking Babylonian. Go ahead.
In the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man.
With the prosperity goes in the rulership. The Lord determines who rules. So the so-called white man had to be on the scene so that this dark time in prophecy can come about. The time of the shadow of death. The right ruler had to be in power. What?
And upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
Read that again.
And upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
Right, and that's dealing with the elect, the governing body, man. See? That's the person of the scribe. That's who the Lord going to ultimately lay his honor upon. That word honor goes into promotion, which, simply put, translates to rulership. But what's going to be the benefit of the earth? The person, the man, or the scribe having dominion. Scribe being the laws, the statutes, the commandments. So if that's the case, this is what's going to be instituted in the planet Earth. See, we're not going to allow adultery and wayward practices, bestiality, your diet, eating whatever the hell you want. No, that rod of iron is going to come in, man. We're going to enforce the laws. See? That's who the Lord going to entrust the welfare of the world to. See? Which, by the way, the kingdom of heaven is going to be nothing more than a reality based upon what the Most High himself thinks how a kingdom should be ran. Think about that. Right? All these different kingdoms and empires, that was the Lord showing you from the standpoint of the heathen. And what happens, right? Usually who's at the tail end of it? The people on the side. Whenever the heathen ruling, then you suffer. It's at the expense of Israel. And in this time, now more so more than ever with your enemy ruling over you, man. See, but the Lord said no. The way a kingdom shall be ran and governed here in this earthly realm, it should mirror how the ordinance of the heavens play out. right, in heaven as it is on earth. And that can only come by way of the scribe, or the man of the scribe. That's why the governing body is referred to as what? Kings and priests. Right? All these other kings, they was kings. But no, the kingdom of heaven will be governed by kings and priests. Why? Because the legislations, if you will be the scriptures. Those are the legislations. You know, these devils pass another legislation. No, the real legislations is the laws. See? And the Most High endure forever, man. So he's not going to change up the game, man, in the kingdom of heaven. See? He's going to be going right back to the past. Hey, the beginning is closer. Right? You know the saying, the end is near. No, the beginning is near, man. Right. See? So, anything else? Hey, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. As always, believers, to the next time, shalom.
Shalom.